Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Dylan. I'm back with another reaction. Today, I'm reacting to Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. Never heard Immortal Technique a day in my life. This song has 46 million views. Also, it got like 10 verses. So this is a very long song. On Genius, it says like it was 9 minutes, almost 10. But on YouTube, it says 6 minutes, almost 7. So let's go on and check out Dance with the Devil, Immortal Technique. New York looks so big.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making a million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend.
Okay. One, Immortal Technique. I could tell that he's lyrical. Like Immortal Technique, he one of those. Like he fire with it. I could tell like his bars, like his verses, his lyrics, fire.
The pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects.
He said looking for young chicks. No, he said checking the young chicks, looking for hit and run prospects. Like hit and run. I just like, you know,
but he understood money never bought respect. He built a reputation because he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't.
So he built a reputation because he knew how to hustle and steal. He got caught by the police and ratted out. Like, how you gonna sign up for it and can't even like stay in the contract?
Think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He feeded for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally, dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed.
I ain't gonna lie. Immortal Technique uses some advanced words in his rhymes, just saying.
Everyone trying to be trife never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels.
Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. That's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. That's some jail jump. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock.
It fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
Verse 2 out of a million.
So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over.
So this nigga Billy felt like he had to prove himself to everyone else. Like why you gotta prove yourself, bro?
Shit up on the block, stepped up to selling mothers and brothers to crack rock, working overtime, making money for the crack spot, hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine, fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain, tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted. See,
this nigga Billy wanted to prove himself so much. He said fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. He was trying to live a surreal life.
Be major like the cutthroats and the thugs, but when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club, but only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes, Billy realized.
For you to stab someone, like, you gotta have, for you to stab someone and not feel no type of pain your heart, like you gotta be like, you gotta have some type of grudge. Like someone was to come to your house and you just like, just like, pretty sure you will not feel it, but just to do it for, well, I don't think I won't stab someone for no reason.
These men were well guarded and they wanted to test them before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted, so now we had a choice.
Suggested raping someone to prove he was cold-hearted. Like, why you gotta prove yourself to them? And like, why would you even rape someone? Like,
between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45.
He met him Friday night at 2:45. So that's 2:40, 10, 55, 2:45. I'm pretty sure it's 2:45. He met him at 2:45.
Everyone trying to be trite, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be God's angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
Verse 3.
They drove around the project slow while it was raining.
This nigga Immortal Technique is dead telling the story. Like, he is for real telling the story right now. Like,
blunts drinking and joking for entertainment until they saw a woman on the street walking alone. 3 in the morning, coming back from work on the way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her. Walking through the projects, the darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid. Now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew it.
Niggas for real got no heart. Like, imagine doing all this to someone to prove yourself to somebody else. Like, that's OD for real.
Exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaking through the cloth, she cried silently. And then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told them that she was a witness, but what she gone through.
Ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. They didn't even care about her broken jaw. When they were done, she was lying bloody, broken, and bruised, and she got raped. One of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22, which means he about to shoot her. Like, bro, niggas for real got no heart. That's bad.
And if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute. She was practically dead.
And by the way, Billy is doing all of this to prove himself to somebody else.
Leaned over and put the gun right to her head.
To prove himself to someone else.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.
To prove himself to somebody else.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers. Cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover.
So he felt strong standing alone with his brothers. Like, them some bad brothers. And he say, pull the shirt back to see, like, imagine he pulled it back and it's like his mom, sister. Like, this nigga is gonna be so sick. Like,
but what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother.
He was, bro, that's like, bro, like, imagine, like, that's terrible. Bro.
Looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her.
Wait. Right before he put the trigger into life, he thought about the cocaine. Oh, so like he didn't even kill his mom yet. She's still alive with a broken jaw, bruised, bleeding, all this, and he just put his thing in her thing. Like. Oh my gosh.
The whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate. And he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing. Cause now what was he worth? He
remembered, like, all them times he was home alone 3 o'clock. Like, no, actually 2 o'clock. Like, late 2 o'clock. Because he said 3:15. So all them times 2 o'clock he went for mom to get home. And this night he decided to go be a bad kid and rape someone. And the person he was raping was his mom. Like, that's bad.
Away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared. But only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul.
And he killed himself because he basically knew he was going down below, and he didn't want to live with that burden on his shoulders. So he just took his life because his life was already over.
They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows. In every street cipher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
When the devil wanted to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil will last forever. This was a Firestone song. I love the story that it told. Like, he good at telling the story. Like, that's like if King Von was like had a different flow. It would be like if King Von talked about something different other than what he talked about, it would be something like, no, it wouldn't. But it just, cause I was just like storytelling, more technique, King Von, but they different, like totally. This was a fight song. Like the video if you enjoyed. If you would like me to react something, comment down below. Subscribe. Let's get to 600 subscribers. Make sure you have a beautiful day. And I'm out here, man. Bye.